Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I took a little while. I try not to think about work too much this weekend. Anyway, today's Monday, so I will be back later on the other channel doing short readings for those in attendance and talk about politics, entertainment, and stuff like that. And if anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video. And also, I have a fantastic co-writer, ghostwriter, however you want to call her. If anyone is interested in writing a book or would like to write a book, I am sure she can be of help to you. Feel free to let me know on the comment board or text me, or call me, no problem. I will give, her information is going to be below the video anyway. Her email will be below the video. Having said that, this morning news is about the interview Trump had with 60 Minutes. I didn't see it. I saw clips of what people feel were, things that he was saying, lies, and he wants to attack Mexico now too. He's going to attack Nigeria, boots on the ground. He's going to after Venezuela. Do you guys remember he said he was in charge of the world or something to that effect? And totally when I focus on him, you guys know better than I do. I don't know if dementia causes delusion. It feels like to me he's a bit delusional, but I don't feel he's going to be able to get us into trouble because there are certain things that are so scary. Even people in the military will stand up and say no, or they will quit on the spot, just like that commander in the Caribbean did. But expect, intuitively I feel, okay, what he's saying on 60 Minutes, yes, it's fantasy, but he means it. Because intuitively I feel his mental state is deteriorating every day. And there is no reversing it. And people around in the White House and people around him are aware of his short temper and other behaviors that are getting worse. But they won't, obviously they won't say anything in public or for us to know. But intuitively I feel like saying he's doing things behind the scenes that are somewhat scary. Okay, but people around him are aware. Attacking Mexico would be crazy, obviously, and intuitively I feel like saying it will backfire on him. Americans won't stand up for it. I don't think, I was watching one of his clips from 60 Minutes last night. Because of the delusion, okay, I don't think he understands how the majority of Americans feel. I mean, his poll numbers are not good. And I told you guys that a long time ago, they were going to drop. I expected them to be lower at this point. I expected them to be in late 20s, early 30s. They are in their late 30s now, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But that's where his poll numbers are going. But I don't think, if you look at him in the interview, he's focusing on the questions he's being asked, and he's not thinking about the ramifications of what he's saying. Most people when you are in a position as important, well, the most important position one of the most important position in the world, president of this country, as you speak, you try to see how many people will what I say affect negatively. He has no filter. He just says what comes to his mind or what he remembers they told him to say. That's what it feels like to me intuitively. But he means what he said. And the other one more thing, because some of you have asked me about the nuclear, and that was last week. The nuclear thing he's talking about, that's how I felt, but I saw it written in the news. There's an article, I don't remember who wrote the article. The journalist who has a lot of experience on national security and how those things work, if I'm not mistaken, the person was in the military as well. He says that Trump could not detonate or have a nuclear weapon detonated anywhere by himself. And I kind of knew that, but I thought I would repeat it from someone who's an expert, because I was talking intuitively. I said I did not see any such thing, okay? So that's one of his other fantasies. But intuitively, I feel he's degrading quite a bit. And all the threats as he's making, like, for example, he doesn't think ICE is and other security agents who are chasing people of color, basically. That's how I see this. Okay, whether you are legal or not, they will stop you. Expect his security forces to do worse. Because him, as we know, Stephen Miller doesn't care at all. Whatever it takes to get people of color out of this country, he's open to it. That's what I'm getting when I focus on him and his wife. Okay, I mean the people who are involved and these people as well. They're all angry for whatever reason. I don't know what people of color did to Miller, but that's where we are. So they are going to continue to push the ICE agent to continue doing what they're doing, and even worse, if they can get away with it. That's what I'm getting when I focus on him. So intuitively, I feel like saying there are going to be worse things. And if you notice the past couple of days, it's been worse. It feels like to me they are getting more aggressive. And also there is one more thing. As I'm saying this, I'm hearing fear on their part as well, because they're going to try to do everything they can to reach their goals. Because, like I was saying last week, they know living in military bases is not a way to live, and they can no longer do some of the stuff that they used to do when they were civilians, and they would love to continue that lifestyle. But if they achieve their goals of controlling and still fear in all of us, by whatever means necessary, it's a plus for them. So that's how some of those, like Stephen Miller and company, that's their thinking. Okay, so expect. We have not reached peak yet. Expect worse to come, but thank God the judges, district judges, are going to stand up and do what they feel is right for this country. And the Supreme Court will continue to try to give Trump wins whenever they can. Don't expect them to change course or their minds. That's my prediction. Or at least we can count on them. like I was saying, the next, the first topic on my line, the shutdown, that's another, all these things, the shutdown, deporting documented or undocumented immigrants, because they, according to what I read, if you're in court for whatever reason, even if it wasn't your fault, they boot you anyway. So that's why I'm saying this. Those things at some point, the anger from those different type of activities that Trump and his government is taking is only adding to the anger. Because, Friday evening, he had a huge party at Mar-a-Lago. And did you guys see the walls, the gold? I think that's where he was at Mar-a-Lago. And there is a picture, they were showing some of the walls. For a moment there, I'm like, maybe that's what he's trying to recreate, whatever ballroom he has at Mar-a-Lago, the ballroom he's building at the White House. That's what it's going to look like. But anyway, I thought I was thinking about it when I saw the picture, but yes. When willfully allowing 40 million people to scramble to find food, or parents, I know 40 million is parents and kids, and if I'm not mistaken, there are more kids in the program than adults. But the people who are scrambling to feed kids, whether it's their kids or their grandkids or adopted kids, whatever it is, that's gonna be another level of anger. And intuitively, I feel he is adding to the anger that the immigration deportation he already built on. And if you notice, some people, it's not that they don't care, but it's not touching their lives. And also, a lot of them are afraid to get involved, standing up. Little that they know, if you don't stand up, the worse it's going to get. And by the time you get tired of it, it's a matter of life and death. When you decide finally to stand up, you are years in, and the person has 90% control of everything. What do you do? But anyway, so those two situations are going to merge, and it's going to create more anger towards this administration. And I don't see, I've not seen any video clips of Nora O'Donnell asking him about that, about the SNAP situation. But if I'm not mistaken, he's saying, he wants to do away with the filibuster. And there's another thing he's trying to do. I know there are a number of things that people are thinking. But the main reason to me, intuitively, he wants to do away with the filibuster is because he knows he has control of the Republicans in the House. To a degree, the Republicans in the Senate are going along with him until last week, or the past week and a half or so. They've been trying to stand up to him, wobbling on their feet, but they're trying to stand up. If they were to follow and do away with the filibuster, what's going to happen to the way Trump is going to read it, okay, and the people around him? It's like, okay, we got them where we want them. They are afraid of us too, like just like the House, Mike Johnson. Okay. And because you see, there are two things here they feel they don't have under control yet to control us. Full control over the Senate and the military. So that would give them the Senate, and they'll find ways to deal with the military, just like what they are doing with ICE. From what I understand, they're trying to recruit 10,000 people. Okay, there'd be more. That would be his secret police here. They have plans, my friends, on how to go about controlling us. Okay, but intuitively, when I focus on them, that's why he's been screaming his head off to do away with the filibuster. Thank God for us so far. I don't see them changing their minds, but they are holding the line. Republicans are saying they're not going to do it. And intuitively, I feel it is their message to him as well. You are heading the war. You can't go any further than this. That's what intuitively I feel Thune and the leaders in the Senate are saying to him, because the House has given up. They're not going to do anything. But senators, they are thinking a little further than that. They're going to support him however they can. But they want to send a message. We're not going to allow you to be in this house, on the White House, forever. Or give it to you like they do in North Korea. Your kids, or Haiti, like Papa Doc gave to his son, you're president now, since, have near death. Okay? That's what I feel the Senate is doing. Sending him a message, and also they know if Democrats take over, Democrats will do the exact same thing they are doing to Democrats right now. And they are right. It's a matter of time. And I said this 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I said every Republican in Congress, both chambers, will lose their seat, if not all of them. And they are working very hard into making me right. And as I'm saying this, I'm being shown Mike Johnson. I said last week or the week before last, there is going to be a blow-up between Mike Johnson and Trump. And as you guys know, I can confuse time. I said between last week and the end of the year. It may be a little longer. I'm not sure exactly. I think it has begun. Intuitively, Mike Johnson is siding with Republicans in the Senate when it comes to the filibuster. Intuitively, when I focus on Trump, when I read that this morning, Trump is not happy because Trump wants an easy way to stay in power and no one on his path. That's what I feel when I focus on him. So, Mike Johnson said he spoke to Trump over the weekend, and he feels what Republicans are saying are correct. So he's siding with Republicans. Remember, guys, I told you, Mike Johnson, he's feeling humiliated. So, first of all, Republicans, Thune doesn't care how Mike Johnson is feeling. But Mike Johnson is beginning to realize, or has realized, he's got to do something. First of all, their constituents are going nuts on him. Other Republicans, their colleagues, are calling them out. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not being very nice to her Republican colleagues. A lot of headaches. the word I'm getting as I'm talking about Mike Johnson is terrified. Okay, he knows he's not going to be speaker for very long. But like I promised, like I predicted, not promised, like I predicted last week, I think, that there's going to be a blowout. Intuitively, I feel standing up to Trump, telling him, or however he went about doing it. I just said standing up, but I wouldn't say that he went, roundabout way on explaining it to Trump. Trump is not happy about it. Okay, but Mike Johnson, it feels like to me, it's a matter of when. Basically, Trump throws him under the bus. But Mike Johnson feels like, given everything he has done for Trump, he's getting no respect. No matter what he does, he's never good enough. We don't know about it, but we will someday. But my prediction is, watch what happens. This filibuster stuff will basically put the nail on at least the first tap from the hammer, and Mike Johnson's and Trump's cooperation. That's my prediction. But I feel like saying the shutdown is going to last at least another week. And one more thing, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing people from the Trump camp and from the Senate. You know what? There's something about behind the scenes. Trump knows, or people around him, his advisors, have come to realize and accept that Democrats are not going to back down. And they feel also the public understands where we are and why Democrats are doing what they are doing. Yes, obviously the polls are blaming Republicans. Intuitively, I feel, I don't know who these people are from the White House, are talking to the Senate, trying to find ways to resolve this while giving Trump a ramp off or saving a save face. Okay, or giving Trump a way to save face. That's what it feels like to me. Okay, so it may take another week, and don't hold me to the time, but they will resolve it. Trump is coming across as if he's never going to resolve it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because people are panicking. Trump is not looking very good. And there is another thing people may think he doesn't care about. He's looking cruel with this, not only the immigration thing, okay, and it's not only Trump, his kids as well. As we know, they are his advisors. They are not liking it very much. But the immigration stuff and the SNAP situation and Obamacare, absolutely the ACA, this is not looking good for him, and he doesn't like it, but his kids are letting him know. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they have people from the White House who negotiate those things. I don't know how they call them. Talking to the Senate, looking for ways to get out of this. That's my prediction, but at least another week. I would be surprised, or within the next week or so. That's what I feel. That's my prediction. And I mentioned earlier he wants to attack Mexico, Nigeria, and Venezuela and other countries. This is very bad for us because, again, Stephen Miller, Vought, and Trump and company, bunch of them. I've said this before here. Starting a war is easy. How do you put it out is the challenge. They think they're going to be in the White House forever. Right now, that's how they feel. Although they fear, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that they remain in power, they are not thinking. What concerns me? Yes, as I'm saying this, I'm getting Trump. People tell him that our military can fight a number of wars all at once. That's why he's talking about attacking those different countries. But you know what concerns me? It's being attacked on our soil. That's my concern. Because they are not thinking of the ramification of their nasty, bad decisions. But intuitively, that's what I feel. I hope I'm wrong. I hope someone, cooler heads will prevail and tell them you're not in charge of the world. And the notion that you're going to fight a religious war, because that's basically what he would do in Nigeria if he were to attack the country. The thing is, that would trigger terrorism. That's why I'm concerned. What he's doing, starting a war within our hemisphere, and then you're going to go to Africa, that's a hornet's nest. Let's hope I'm wrong. But if he does, potentially, that's what can happen. That's what I'm feeling. Having said that, time is going by very fast. Let me see if you guys have questions. I think I covered everything. Yeah, I think something I wanted to mention. Okay, I'll talk about that. Yeah, sending troops to Mexico, I mentioned that, okay. This is a story I read, but I'll let me look for questions and then Christina Clark says, "Greetings, sir." The reporter could not get a word in. However, he looks like an idiot. I didn't see it. Thank you for posting this. I'm not surprised, and I'm sure no one is surprised because he wants to be in control of the message. Basically, that's why he did that. Okay. Patch says, "I'm a former federal employee. One person from my office has retired during the shutdown. Another has told me she will be soon, and one is considering retiring. So much experience is being lost." Yeah, that's not a big problem. Yeah. But thank God when the next administration comes in, these people will still be in this country, we hope. And to really, I feel that's what the next president is going to do. The next administration, they're going to try to entice, to bring back some of the people who left, because they are decimating everything. And you cannot, you can hire, another president that comes in, they will get plenty of people, Americans, to apply for the jobs. But I feel at the same time, they're going to try to recruit the former employees first. It feels like to me, And like I said, the energy that they are building is not good. But Trisha Epperson says Nigeria just said they welcome him coming and helping him and helping them. I think that's what you mean. Oh, well, yeah. Boko Haram we've known Boko Haram has been around for a while, since the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. They are a very violent group. But we have people in Africa now, or at least at some point, I don't know if under Trump they're still there. No, he was not. I don't think Trump was talking about collaborating with him, with Nigeria. He was talking about airstrikes. I mean, please, I hope I'm wrong. But that's the way I understood what they were talking about. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what happens. But yes, I didn't see that statement. But that's a smart way of basically lowering the temperature. Just like the mayor of that town in California, you know, Trump wanted to send the National Guard there, and he called Trump and, you know, worked things out. So I guess that's the same thing the Nigerian president is trying to do, you know, because, you know, he has enough problem in his hand. He doesn't need to put his country on a war footing with anyone. So that's a smart move. Arlene Lowell said, Mike Johnson said that he can't serve a third term. That was shocking. Yeah, I heard that. You're right. It was like a half-hearted statement, but you're right. But what I feel really is causing a break is the filibuster thing. Because Trump wants to be able to, the main reason, intuitively I feel Trump wants to, the filibuster, because that will give him full control of Republicans and the House and the Senate. Because his agenda, it will be easy to get his agenda through. He simply has to, because if they were to follow him, he knows he controls the Senate. He would know, okay, I have full control of the Senate, just like I have the House. I don't need Democrats. Yeah, that's basically what he wants to do, just like he has of the Supreme Court. Whatever, if you look at the way he addresses them, he's like his subordinates. But it's their fault. It's Robert's fault, not their fault. But Robert's and the MAGA side of the court. MK is asking, will the women did say that, well, the woman did say that there were more that felt that way, and she was surprised that more of them didn't stand up and say, but they're probably afraid of retribution from that. Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure. A lot of people, that's what they are afraid of, retribution. But you know something? That's what all dictators do. One of you said she watched, he or she, I don't remember who said it. They watched some kind of something on YouTube about Ceausescu. Oh yeah, that guy was nuts. And even over the weekend, I saw a video of Papadoc. I did not know. I heard people said he spoke English. But I don't know everything about him. I mean, when I say about him, before he became president, it seemed like he was living here, because there is no way he could speak English so well if he did not live in this country for a certain amount of time. This guy was speaking English like perfect. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that until I saw the interview he did in the 60s. I think the interview was 63 or 65, somewhere around there. Oh yeah, but that's another guy. I was looking at some of the stuff, I mean, a couple of his videos over the weekend, because I wanted to see the parallel between him and what's unfolding today. That's how I stumbled on that interview, you know. Oh, the other thing is, you know what I feel Noah O'Donnell failed to ask. He says he's saving the United States. How is he saving the United States? That's one thing I would love to see, get an answer from him. From what? Well, I guess from immigrants, because he said at some point they were poisoning the blood of this country or something like that. Okay, let's see. Essia Draka Brown says the U.S. is dependent on Nigeria's oil because our East Coast refineries can only use Nigeria's oil because it is used to produce high-octane gasoline. Oh, okay. I'm sure, people heard the same thing about Brazil too. He wants to take control of, or at least some kind of control over, because from what I understand, Brazil has a reserve of petrol that's unbelievable, probably comparable to what they have in Saudi Arabia, if not more. I think they call it the biggest oil reserve in the world or something like that. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of Trump's motivation. Mario Elizondo says, Milo people are pissed at our GOP for cutting their SNAP. Oh, of course. Pissed is an understatement. Oh, my God. Anger is more like it. And the thing is, it's not going to get better. That's why I'm saying that that SNAP situation and the immigration situation, because Trump doesn't understand more Republicans, because they showed the graphic, okay, of people who receive help from SNAP. They're more Republicans, and that's his voters. But as we know, he doesn't care, because he never really cared about them anyway. But you could never explain that to these people, so now they're finding out. He never cared, although people told him. Della Jane 65 says, do you see Americans killed by his missile strikes? I don't know. Missile strike from where? I'm not getting, if you're talking about, if he fires a missile into Venezuela, I'm sure there will be American deaths, because we live all over the world. Places you wouldn't even believe. You'll find Americans roaming around, but I'm not saying that yet. I'm not saying it won't happen, and he won't start a war with Venezuela. I'm concerned about it. I'm not seeing it yet, and that may change, and I will tell you if I see it change. Okay, but right now I'm not seeing that. If you mean here, it may not be a missile, being shot at us. It may be other ways. Unfortunately, that's why I'm like, oh my God, even where I am, I'm concerned. Okay, because you never know. You're getting all these people pissed off at us. It seems like, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Okay, it's Whitney Allison Gigi says nuclear weapons test. Don't worry about that one either. Like I said, it seems like I don't know if one of you answered the question, because I know some of you are in healthcare and you are familiar with those subjects better than I do. But I feel he's delusional. He's saying those things. It's easier said than done. It takes a lot of, and also, by the way, according to something I read, or they said it on TV, I'm kind of confused about where I got it. The Department of Energy is in charge of those things. They decimated the staff at Department of Energy. We don't need them, just like everything else. We don't need these people. Doge. Okay, yeah, right, we're finding out. Pat Delight says, will the people of Argentina ever see any of our 20 billions? Some of it. But these dictators, they are like dictators anyplace else. They and their friends pocket a whole boat of that money. Okay, so, but the Argentinians will be saddled with it and having to repay. All right, friends. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Petra Morera says, me, Luisi, going ahead with nuclear testing. I just answered that, even if you wanted to, okay, they have computer applications to, I'm going to use this word, but that's not the word, that's not the right term, to mimic how the power, how the detonation would behave, how large and all that kind of stuff. They have equipment to do that stuff. Simulators to know. They don't need to do it physically. We are way beyond that. But anyway, no, don't worry about that. Thank you, EJ Gold Button said simulation. Yes. Patricia Epperson. Oh, Whitney Allison did, yes, to simulate it. Thank you. Yes. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmenu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. And also, please don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That will help me a lot. I will see you guys, some of you later or tomorrow. Till then, bye.